can't update it on the computer.
Oh, I thought you said.
No, we can't. If you can only do it through here. You can. I think you might be able to change the time on here,
Right.
but you can't change the score as far as I know.
Did you check like the file or anything? Edit? How about the right side? What does the right side say?
The right side's just the different stuff you can have up there and the colors of the thing. But no, you can't edit it. You can only do it from the app.
Alright, well, if you want to keep doing it from there.
Well, I'd rather have the stream actually work.
Okay.
So we're just going to have to... We can leave this up here. I can just take it off.
Well, we can at least change the time, right? It would be too hard for you to change the time. So I'm going to at least do that, and you can just update the score.
Let me try it. Yeah, so you can't even update it. there's a delay. So like anything you do on here is like gonna be delayed a little bit. But I mean, it hasn't buffered since I plugged it in, so I guess we'll just leave it on here. And if the stream quality like keeps fluctuating, then like I can just disconnect the Wi-Fi and make it like 100% Ethernet. Did you want me to leave this over here where you can just do the time and just like touch time like start and go, or did you want me to control that?
Whatever easiest for you.
I mean, if you think you can manage it and do the camera, so I think that's the main thing, because the goal stuff we can edit like after they score and whatnot. Shots we can do during whistles, like long breaks. The main thing I think would be cool to just like keep track of time. Yeah, look at that. It's like Apple stock right there. It's going up
I can get on the ice and walk on the ice.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the 2018 season opener of Arizona State University men's ice hockey. I'm Niall Cooper. My partner Brett Vaughn is working the camera today, and we are excited to bring you some action. The first game here at Oceanside Ice Arena in Tempe, Arizona. And puck drop is just about to get underway. It's going to be the visiting GCU Lopes in the gray and the purple, and Arizona State in the black and gold. And we are underway on this 2018 season as that puck gets back behind the GCU net. Both of these teams, a lot of fresh faces, looking to build some chemistry early, and it's GCU with the first chance and crashing the net after that puck went wide. The referee has his arms raised, and we're already getting a few scrums breaking out, and we're not even 30 seconds into this first game. As the referee will come over to the box to assess the penalties. Both teams clearly trying to get out on an aggressive front foot and establish the presence in the first game of the year. GCU, a Division II team, playing up today against the Division I ASU squad. And it is, in fact, going to be GCU who took the penalty, as it was a hard play going to the net from Declan Carter, number 15 for GCU, and he will now sit for two as a result, and Arizona State gets to work on a power play early. That shot from the half wall is brushed aside. ASU plays it out, unfortunately, on a bad pass. That was one of the new faces, Bradley Budman, a freshman, who passed that one out of the offensive zone. Regrouping in their own end is Arizona State. A quick up. Can't quite find the handle on it there. Was Alex Demon. And once again, ASU will have to regroup from their own end, and on comes the second power play unit. One of the few returners on the second power play unit is Adam Havener for Arizona State, and he has the puck on his stick. Across the blue line, a quick forehand to backhand move going to the net. Arizona State tries to crash, and the puck is loose behind the net as it's Havener picking it up. Havener was looking for the shot on goal and pushes his stick in frustration after that one. Another missed pass, that one from the goaltender for ASU, and they ice the puck on their own power play. 45 seconds remain on the 2-minute minor to Declan Carter. As it's going to be Hoffenkamp in the circle for Arizona State, trying to win it, as the Sun Devils look to reclaim at least the second half of this power play, which has not started in the manner that they would have hoped. Whereas if you're GCU, this is exactly the start you would want on the penalty kill, that is. You never want to go down a man early, but this has been a clinical penalty kill from the Lopes, as they have not given Arizona State any time or space in their own end or in the neutral zone for that matter, as the Sun Devils just get it across the blue line for the second time as this power play winds down into the final 10 seconds. A good keep at the blue line from Kenneth Miller. That's blocked. And GCU kill off that first penalty and escape unscathed for the most part, as both teams will have an opportunity now to begin rolling their lines and get a foothold into this game. That will go all the way down. Icing waved off at the last second. A great effort by GCU, and put it to the boards hard there was the assistant captain, Matt Tweeten. Tweeten just getting back on sides. as Bronson Moore, the freshman goalie for ASU, gets out of his crease and plays that one. And Arizona State will go offsides. Just over 3 minutes into this first period in a packed Oceanside Ice Arena. Arizona State, following that early power play opportunity, will begin to start rolling their lines as some more new faces will come on. This is an Arizona State team that has very few returners from the previous season. Another offsides there. And a lot of fresh faces. And the fresh faces begin behind the bench as it's head coach Tate Green taking over. It's his 4th season with Arizona State. The previous 3, he worked as the head coach on the Division II team, where he led the Division II Sun Devils to 2 Western Regional appearances and 1 National Championship appearance. And that's going to be a penalty to GCU. It looked like a potential knee-on-knee hit, as flying sideways to the ice was 23 Connor Deneen. His helmet came off in the process, and the referee raised his arm as he did not like the fashion in which the GCU player threw at his knee when he delivered that hit. And so Arizona State will go on their second power play of the game already at 16:39. And GCU continues their good penalty killing, as that one will be taken and cleared all the way down into the Arizona State end. Breaking it back out, skating up the ice is Gavin Klein. And just as the power play started, it now stops. A good job by 37 Wyatt Grant to get under the skin of the Arizona State player. That was Bradley Budman. As Budman tangled up behind the play, the referee saw it and sends him to the box, and we've got some 4-on-4 action underway. That face-off win for GCU, and they get it down low. Trying to get it back up into the slot was Wyatt, the man who just drew the penalty, but he could not connect with his man. Wyatt, a great back check there, and Arizona State will have to delay and restart into the zone. The veteran Kowalchuk got that one into the corner. As Arizona State applies pressure, there is much more ice available when it is only 4-a-side now. Arizona changes on the fly there, skating into the play, and going down low is number 16, Jet Larson. And that shot just goes wide. It looked to trick the goaltender for GCU. A redirection in front, and he swallows that one. As getting the start tonight for GCU, as we get a chance to finally get into the starting goaltenders for tonight's matchup. Number 32 for GCU is Michael Barabash, a Calgary, Alberta native, standing in at 6'1", 175. It's his second year at GCU. On the other end of the ice for the Sun Devils is freshman Bronson Moore, clocking in at a mean 5'11", 165. A very stop-and-go beginning to this game for GCU and Arizona State, which is typically the case you see whenever you get special teams started early. We've seen just over 2.25 minutes of power play time for Arizona State and about 1.5 minutes of 4-on-4 time now, as both teams are slowly gaining their legs in this first game of the 2018-2019 season. GCU having trouble connecting passes in their own end, and will just get that one down the ice without taking an icing. Applying pressures, number 77, Tweeten. Some good back and forth from the defenseman, and Garrett Brown will get a quick up there to his teammate Amaya. Amaya, the big right-hander, will get across the blue line. Onside, he'll try to throw it in front, stepping into one, and that takes an interesting deflection just wide of the net. That was Studioso. And a smart play there from number 9 for Arizona State Havners. He knew they were on the penalty kill and skated into his own end before dumping it all the way down to not give GCU a chance to get on the offensive. Arizona State will chip that one all the way down for an icing. And we may finally have a chance to see some 5-on-5 action in this game. Rare you see so many penalties out of the gate, as we are almost 6 minutes in and have seen almost strictly special teams action. The shots on goal right now favor the Sun Devils 5-1, but you wouldn't guess it from the play, as it's been rather even despite the special teams. That shot goes over the goalie's head and is cleared all the way out. Moore appeared to be screened on that one, as that one's fired just wide as GCU gets it into the net. Turnovers galore right now in this game, as both teams continue to give it to each other in the neutral zone. Arizona State will try to change that now as a quick shot at the end of a shift from Havner, and a good save there from Barabash. Arizona State continues to maintain possession and gets that down low as they change on the fly and get fresh troops on. A pinch from Kowalczyk at the blue line to keep that one in, and he's successful as one of the GCU players is without a stick. Essentially a 5-on-4 now for Arizona State. A bad pass, though, off of the boards, and that will trickle out of the zone, where Kowalczyk will have to put it back in. And Arizona State will regroup in their own end as Barabash finally gets his stick back, the GCU goaltender. Arizona State getting back into the zone. That's Sullivan. Sullivan on his off wing will get that into the corner. The puck squirts out to the GCU defenseman. He can't get it out, though, as Arizona State continues to apply the pressure. To no avail, though, as the Lopes will get it and start in their own zone. A good effort from Arizona State on the last two shifts to try to get in the trenches and work GCU hard in the corners. GCU will try to turn and give it right back to ASU as they're in the offense zone. Kowalczyk lays the body, separates man from puck. And now he gets it and has a chance. Head up. He finds in the neutral zone his teammate Klein. Klein can't handle it, though, as it gets stuck in his skates. And now Kowalczyk dives down, ducking his head like a turtle as he manages to get that puck out and not get hurt in the process. And Arizona State will go off sides, as we are at the 11:45 mark of the first period. And what you could say is tipped in the favor of Arizona State slightly, mostly at the hands of the last few shifts, as many of the new faces that Arizona State has to offer have started to get their legs tonight. One of those new faces right now, Gavin Klein, wheels through the middle of the ice, and he's put down hard. A good check there from the big man for GCU. That was number 15. Now GCU can get it out of delayed offsides, and they'll have to tag up. That was Declan Carter. Declan Carter just all over the ice right now as he intercepts that pass from the Arizona State and gets it in the zone. Moore coming out of his net to play the puck. He has been very active, the Arizona State goaltender, as he gives his team a chance to collect their thoughts and get back on defense. A bad giveaway there, and it jumps right in front of Moore. Going to the net was the GCU player, number 22, Marolda. Nick Marolda has a nose for the net, just seems to find the puck in the dangerous areas after a bad giveaway from the Arizona State defense. Moore will gobble that up and bail them out as an offensive zone draw looms for GCU, and that one just ripped off the pipe. A surprising shot off of the stick of Jeffrey Payne. Low and hard, nearly caught Moore off guard. And while that won't count as a shot on goal, it is the best offensive scoring opportunity we've seen from either team yet. Arizona State looks to change that as they get in on the offensive. Jacob Lester on the forecheck, applies the pressure, and GCU forced that one all the way down the ice, no icing. But Arizona State will have a chance now to get going from their own end and build speed, as neither team can connect on too many passes in a row. Good defensive pressure from Budman keeps the GCU forward at bay. He gave Marolda no chance to get a shot off. And a little razzle-dazzle spinorama as Lester backhands that one around. But Arizona State can't get it out of their zone. Some physical stuff in the corner, and there's a penalty on the play, an elbow call. Not sure who's it against, as there's a GCU player on one knee in the corner. But it looks like it will be against Arizona State, as it's Budman that goes to the box. Budman's been all over the place this first period and can now add a trip to the penalty box to his itinerary, as it will be GCU's first chance on the power play. They had an abbreviated 15 seconds of power play time early in the first. Not really much you can do there. Now they get a full 2 minutes as they win the offensive zone draw. Marolda playing pitch and catch with Grant at the point. Marolda looking for the shot. He risks one. That one's blocked and kicked aside wide. Picked back up by Carter. The big man Carter gets it back to Marolda, over to Grant. Grant fires, and a good save from Moore. The referee has his arm raised, though, and on the back corner of the crease, it appeared a slash from Kowalchuk on the net front presence from GCU. That was Jeffrey Payne. He ended up on one knee as that slash appeared to really take him. And one of the few veterans for Arizona State, Kowalchuk, will sit, and GCU gets a golden opportunity midway through the first. A 5-on-3. They will have nearly 100 seconds of 5-on-3 time. And Arizona State is in a tight spot right now. A good win from GCU, and they can keep possession to start this 5-on-3. Gets back to Grant. Grant operating at top, looking for the puck. Nearly losing it was his teammate Bennett. Gets it to Grant. He fires one, and a good save from Moore. Not too much traffic, as he was able to see that one and swallow it up. As GCU has flipped the game on its head right now and is on the front foot. They've reestablished the shot advantage over Arizona State 6-5, and they are dominating the face-off circle right now. It's Marolda. Gets it over to Carter, across to Grant, looking for the deflection in front. A good save from Moore. They can't get it out, though. Picked back up by Carter, across the net, off its moorings. And the play is called dead. It looked like GCU had a chance to get a good shot opportunity off, but as we all know, at Oceanside Ice Arena, the moorings on the net, very shallow, very old, and it's easy to push that net off. Moore does that and gives his team a chance to start over again as both teams change lines. The second power play unit comes out for GCU. Luke Stevenson in the draw. The long-haired Escondido, California native tied it up long enough to get some support. And GCU starts back at the point with it now. Pushed across to Kramer. Kramer down low to Woznicki. Back to Kramer. He fires. Good save by Moore. That's kicked so wide. And that will be a penalty on GCU. A big penalty to take for the Lopes. And Arizona State can breathe a sigh of relief, as there were 36 seconds still remaining in the 5-on-3 that they had to kill off. It is now a 4-on-3. Still in favor of GCU, but the faceoff will go all the way down into the GCU end in front of Barabash. And this will give ASU a chance to potentially get a shot off on the penalty kill, and at the very least kill off an additional 15 seconds at the minimum of this 4-on-3 power play. GCU back in the offensive zone already as they've continued the face-off dominance. As they got their top 4 skaters on the ice. Across there to Marolda. You didn't like the shot. Gets into the slot. Fires just over the top of the net. And Moore will push the net off of the moorings again inadvertently. But it does get a pause in play. No line change allowed when the goal is pushed off of the moorings by the goaltender. At least for Arizona State. GCU had a chance to change, but decides to keep the 4 skaters on the ice that they started with. Grant leans into the draw on the forehand. He cannot win it, and Arizona State gets a much-needed face-off win and clears it all the way down. And now we have 4-on-4 action briefly. And in 11 seconds, Arizona State will take a 5-on-4 advantage against GCU for about a minute. That one flipped towards the net. Bodies flying everywhere. The puck ends up in the corner, and Arizona State can restart with it. Now on the man advantage, a great up, and just mishandling it was Gavin Klein. Klein does some good work to get it back though. Across the far side, he scores! Arizona State comes off of a 5-on-3 penalty kill where they yielded several good chances to stop them all and go down the ice and score the first goal of this game and the 2018 season. It was a great up pass from the defenseman to Klein, who mishandled it, got it back behind the net, and then dished the pass through the crease to the far side to Garrett Amaya, one of the few returners from this team, and the veteran forward was right there on the back door to pop home the rebound and give Arizona State the lead. It's 1-0 Sun Devils. And this is exactly the start that all the fans in attendance would have wanted to see for the hometown Sun Devils. And something I'm sure head coach Tate Green will be happy to see. A great penalty kill turned into a great power play opportunity, turned into a lead. A bad giveaway in the neutral zone there and picked up by Tomlin. Tomlin, the speedy right-hander, will be pushed into the corner. And Kenneth Miller dislodged him of the puck there as Arizona State works in a rugby scrum behind their own net as it's kicked up the boards, not all the way out, loose in the slot. And a good job to get that one out by Jacob Lester. And now Arizona State can get on the offensive. A bit of a selfish play as Jet Larson tried to cut into the slot, went right into a teammate and lost it. That one's onside, a broken play, and a great save from Moore. The play appeared to be offsides, but the linesman waved it off. Kowalchuk late to respond, as getting in behind him appeared to be 22, Marolda. And after a great save from Moore for ASU, a hooking penalty called against the Sun Devils, and they will have to go to work right back on the PK once more. No rest for the weary, as they say, and the Sun Devils lose another draw and will begin in their own end on the defensive as Moore hugs the post and watches the GCU forwards cycle it in the corner and get it back up to the dot. Down low, the pass across from Carter, and Declan Carter couldn't find his man. Arizona State gets a clear. 5:15 remaining in this first period. It's 1-0 Sun Devils as they are on their second PK of this game. A great kill on the previous opportunity for GCU. Sun Devils will look to repeat that effort. But it's been GCU who's been working it hard along the boards and winning those battles, which has allowed them to get a lot of offensive zone time and a lot of shots. That sharp angle chance, Moore did good to keep that one out. The puck cannot be cleared. And another short angle shot. That one blown dead as the puck was loose. The ref lost sight of it. And it's been a great start to this game from the freshman Bronson Moore, as he won't wow you with his height, but he makes up for it with his athleticism and compete level. He's been there for every shot opportunity from the Lopes and has saved every one of the 11 shots they've peppered him with so far, most of which have come on the power play. Arizona State with a much-needed face-off win, as Levi Holston might want to be put into the face-off dot a few more times. Unfortunately, he couldn't get the support, and GCU are able to get to work in the corner with it once more. Looking for the chance from the corner is Tweeten. Work down low and across the middle. No one's there for GCU. Battling in the corner to get it back is Burrow. That one put into the slot for a one-timer, and fanned on it was Kramer, but picked back up. GCU can't get a handle on the shots right now as the final 10 seconds of this power play tick. Trying to get it to Tweeten in the corner, and he will. Back up to Kramer. Across to Burrow, the shot. A man in front, and another stop from Moore as it gets physical in front and both teams going after each other. As helmets and gloves fly off. And clearly both teams are really heated and into this one early. GCU clearly frustrated as only 3 seconds remain on this power play opportunity, as they had 99 seconds of 5-on-3 in the middle of this period that they could not convert on. Immediately were then scored on by Arizona State on their power play opportunity, and now have blown their chance at scoring on this 2-minute power play that they just had. And out of that scrum in the corner come coincidental minors to GCU and ASU. The faceoff will come out of the Arizona State end, as the final 3 seconds of this power play will tick off now. That dump in, glove by Moore, and stop for the whistle. And we will play 5-a-side despite the coincidental minors. GCU leading the shot clock 13-6, but it's Arizona State who has the lead 1-0 in their home opener. A great effort by Havner to beat out the icing, as Havner will play pitch and catch with his teammate Amaya. The goal scorer couldn't get his hands on that one. GCU trying to get it out of their zone. A soft chip won't make it out, and Arizona State can get it down low. That shot from the point, no traffic, and it's directed up by Barabash into the netting for a stoppage. It's been a frantic start to this game. A rather mundane first few minutes of the first period. And quickly the special teams got things going for both teams, as there's been a physical presence, a certain edge, a very defined aggression from both teams, as they are clearly trying to get their heads into this one early. And it is now ASU who have it in the offensive zone on some rare 5-on-5 time, as they try to cycle it in the corner. A great job to get on his man from Jet Larson, but he cannot gain possession of the puck, and GC will play that one up into the netting. Lester unable to win that one for Arizona State, but they will get it out of the corner. A quick up, a bad pass though from Larson. Yager Larson, that is. brother of Jet Larson. A quick pass from Budman, gets it to his forward into the corner, but unable to keep the handle on it is Horley. And GCU can push that one all the way down the ice. Moore will come out of his net to play it. With time behind his net now is Studioso. The righty will peer up as he looks for the breakout. A quick deflection into the zone from Deneen, and ASU will change lines behind the play. Garrett Brown, the fresh legs, just unable to get to that one before it exited the zone, and he's forced to dump it back in with oncoming pressure from the Lopes. GCU having trouble getting out of their own end, as it was Miller who lost his balance out there and still got up and managed to keep that puck in the zone and strip it from Wojnicki. Garrett Brown getting up into the action from the point and keeping that play alive. He'll push it in the corner and let his forwards do some hard work. As that shot can't find its way through. Miller having trouble with his skates and his stick right now, as it forces ASU back on the defensive. Brown diving out there to stop the pass into the slot, and he'll get it and try to deflect it off of the glass out of the zone. He does successfully, which allows for a quick change, as you hear head coach Tate Green telling them to hurry up and get that change. The final 60 seconds of the first commence. Dashing through the zone, but unable to find it is Hoffenkamp, as he comes back and makes a good play to lay a hit on his man. Another chance goes begging for Arizona State as they can't get the shots through, and GCU comes back on the offensive, 30 seconds remaining. Flipped across and picked back up from Marks. Marks will get that one down low, and Kowalczyk will pick it up for Arizona State. Backhanded to his forward, Havener. A weak attempt to get it out is unsuccessful, and now GCU will have a chance to get a shot off. Up to the point. Oh, and he loses the handles. Havener, oh, he was almost in behind. He would have had a breakaway, but couldn't find it. 7 seconds left. GCU finds that one, throws it on net, and Moore will hold that one for the stoppage with 4.3 on the clock. A crazy chain of events as GCU get a chance in the slot. Havener loses it at the point just as he's about to skate out for a breakaway, and Moore is forced to make a save as both teams get fresh troops out for this final face-off. It'll be Carter against Holston in the circle. Carter wins it, and fanning on the shot for GCU is Bennett. That was the last chance of the period. And we will go into the intermission with the Sun Devils carrying a 1-0 lead. But a decided momentum advantage for GCU as they had a hard push to finish that first half. Unsuccessful for GCU as they could not find a way past Bronson Moore, the freshman, who put up a great first period and proving his coach right for picking him to start this game. As you see the players head into the locker room, we will be back in a cool 15 minutes for the second period. Don't go anywhere, folks. This is Arizona State men's ice hockey.
Yeah, but I'm looking for just penalty kill.
Oh.
Yeah.
I can't give you numbers. All I can say is it was most of them.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
And dude, Moore looked really good.
Yeah.
Between the pipes.
Yeah, very good.
Does he look that good, like all, like coming into the season? Or was there like a really clear goalie, or was it pretty even?
Yeah. It was pretty even. Like this week at practice, he jumped ahead a little.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm another goalie. I had a bad week at practice.
Oh really?
Yeah. Breaking in new pads, it's never fun.
Oh man.
Yeah. So I'm a little slower than usual. Yeah. He's gonna be good.
Yeah, especially if you're little, you gotta have like to compete, like to get in there. Because nowadays, like everybody loves a nice big, 6'3" goalie.
Yeah. I don't know. I think like 6'1", something like that.
Yeah, you gotta
like
get
the perfect
somewhere,
size.
in between, because you want like good positioning and size, but you want athleticism.
Yeah. Like sometimes, I don't know. I'm just like a bug out of water.
Yeah.
I'm just so big. I don't know. Especially in gear.
And welcome back, everybody. As we are getting close to the start of the second period here at Oceanside Ice Arena, as the players begin to take the ice. After what was a crazy first period for both teams that ended with GCU having a decided edge in momentum, it was Arizona State who took the 1-0 lead into the break. GCU finished the period leading the shot clock 14-8. Penalty minutes for each team. We're at an 8 aside. And if you're head coach Tate Green for Arizona State, you have to be happy after that first period with the play of your penalty killers and especially your goaltender and your resiliency to fight through the adversity and go and take an advantage. Despite GCU holding all the momentum, if you're GCU, you have to be happy with the chances you've created and want to continue to push the envelope in the second period to get ahead of Arizona State. It was a great first period for GCU from their center and assistant captain, Wyatt Grant, and he won that first draw to start the second period as well, picking up right where he left off. It's Grant now with that one, as he'll carry it between his legs into the offensive zone. He finds his man, backhands it in front. A good save by Moore. Couldn't wrap it, and it was Arizona State who was forced to push that one out of their own end. That was Garrett Amaya, the goal scorer. GCU trying to get right back at it, and they'll get it down low. Applying that pressure. Kowalchuk wasn't able to get the puck, and he'll whack at that one, just trying to get it to the blue line. It's unable to be pushed out by Hoffenkamp. But on second effort, it will be up. And Havner will cut inside. Havner looking for the shot. He'll fire. He scores! Adam Havner with a rocket. And it's 2-0 Arizona State. Adam Havner, one of the few returners to the Arizona State lineup from last season, gets this period started off well with a shot right from the middle of the slot. That one deflected off the glove and went top corner. and it's 2-0 Arizona State. The start of that period really summed up much of the first period. It was GCU out on the front foot, establishing their chances, winning draws, and it was Arizona State hitting on the counter, specifically Adam Havner, who saw the lane in the middle, cut onto his forehand, and ripped a great shot. And Arizona State will now try to make it 3-0 on this abbreviated 2-on-1. The quick wrap, he had a chance to put that one in as the goaltender was late to get across. Demon couldn't jam it. As Arizona State's feeling the momentum turning their way after opening this up to a 2-0 lead. Some great skating work from Demon, and he'll draw a penalty as he was utilizing those edges and cut inside. A slashing penalty assessed to GCU. Unhappy with that one was number 24 for GCU, Gabe Rankin. The Fairbanks, Alaska native will sit for 2 minutes, and Arizona State will have a great opportunity to open this up to a 3-0 lead with a power play just over 1:30 into the second period. Working hard to win that one out of the corner was Klein. That one will reach the point where it's gloved down by Studioso. He plays pitch and catch back to back. It's passed down low, and it goes in, but it's waved off. As Arizona State made a great tic-tac-toe play to get it to the net. It was jammed 5-hole on Barbash, where Arizona State scored, but it appears the net was off the moorings, and so it was waved dead before the puck went in the net. Unfortunate for Arizona State. And after getting the explanation, head coach Tate Green not happy, but he will continue to soldier on, as will his players as they get that one in the corner and win it. It gets back up to the point. Again, it's Studioso looking for the shot. That deflection goes just wide. Picked back up by Arizona State in the corner. Work to the point. Budman gets it down low to his man. That shot can't go on net. Working behind Gretzky's office is Holston. As Holston on the backhand gets it to the face-off dot to his teammate and all the way back up to Studioso. Arizona State with some good puck movement on this power play opportunity. An equally good penalty killing by GCU as they keep them to the perimeter and get the puck out. The second period presents a long change, though, for GCU, and only one penalty killer can get off. Arizona State back in the zone with speed, trying to cut in and repeat what Havner did was Budman, but stripped of the puck, and now GCU can get it all the way down the ice, and Arizona State will recollect behind their own net. 40 seconds remain on the power play opportunity for the Sun Devils. As that one's backhanded off the wall and back up to Lester. Lester down low as they work it up to the point. Kowalchuk looking for the shot. Didn't have it, and a great job by Wyatt Grant to force that off of Kowalchuk's stick and out of the zone. As it's Grant keeping them to the perimeter. As GCU's looking to hold on and not let this get out of their hands after a great first period. And maybe a bit unlucky to only be down 1-0. They're down 2-0, but are about to kill off this power play opportunity for the Sun Devils. As it's Kowalchuk, the veteran, pointing his D partner back, letting him know to be wary of the player coming out of the box, and that one saved by Bearbash. And the penalty is killed as there's 16:20 remaining in this period. Arizona State up 2-0. And now on the front foot in this one, as it was some good penalty killing by GCU to deny them the chance to widen their lead. And Arizona State's clearly come out in the second period with a bit of an edge of their own. Going awkwardly into the boards there as he tried to pick up the puck was Horrell. And now GCU finally has a chance in the offensive zone as that one's worked all the way back behind the net. The deflection in front, nobody can seem to find it, and it'll now be pushed behind the net. A hard hit laid there by Brendan Bessie of GCU finishing off his man, trying to send a message to his bench. Hard work against the GCU bench there as sticks are flying and the puck is pushed back over to the D for Arizona State, and they will try to send one all the way down the ice. Unable to connect on the pass was Kenneth Miller, but Arizona State will do the work in the corner to get that puck back. As it's passed in the middle, swiveling over to the corner to try to get the shot off was Budman, unsuccessful, but it's picked back up. As Arizona State trying to get it down low, as GCU is just trying to get this out of their own zone, but they are unsuccessful. Hoffenkamp trying to deke his man, nearly does, forced into the corner and back up into the slot. That one backhanded on net, and a good job by Bearbash to deflect that off of his stick and into the corner. Otherwise, an Arizona State player laid in wake for the rebound opportunity. That one no-look wristed by Miller, wide of the net. A great pinch, though, by Budman to keep it alive, and Arizona State continues the cyclist. Budman rips one that deflects and is blockered away. Picked back up into the slot. Back door, it was Havner sitting there all alone, couldn't find it. As Arizona State's building the momentum now. A long offensive zone shift. GCU very tired. They're just able to get this one into the neutral zone and will try to force a partial change. It's an abbreviated 3-on-2 for Arizona State. Into the middle, back cross, Havner! And a great save by Bearbash. It was Havner all alone, looking to repeat and get his second of the game, but number 32 for GCU said no. A huge save at this pivotal moment of the game. That would have opened it up to a 3-0 lead for the Sun Devils. But it was Bearbash who was laying it all out on the edge of his paint to stop that one and keep his team in it. Arizona State's really come out of this intermission on the front foot, trying to establish themselves in this game, and have done a wonderful job, as the physicality is certainly picking up. And each team will send a player to the box as the referee doesn't want to let this one get out of hand. And a good job just to keep a lid on this game. You want emotion and you want physicality, but you don't want it to boil over. And the result is some 4-on-4 action. And the offensive zone face-off for the Sun Devils. Laying into this one is Demon. Gets some help from his winger. It's back to the point. Kowalchuk wrists one through traffic, and it's picked up by Bearbash, who will stop it. Arizona State nearly has tied the shot clock up, as they were decidedly down going into the period. 14-8. It is now 14-15 GCU. And it's been all Sun Devils the first 6 minutes and change of this period. As it's the Sun Devils who cycle this one into the corner. Quickly cutting back down was Demon, across to his man. A soft little backhand, nearly found the corner from Klein. As it's both Klein and Demon who work down low hard to get that puck back. Activating from the point was number 27 for the Sun Devils, but unable to get the pass through to him was Demon, and now GCU has a chance to break it out as the Sun Devils look a little tired. In this 4-on-4, GCU gets this one back to Wyatt Grant on his backhand, though he is unable to get a shot, so he just throws it down low. As both teams are tired and looking for a change, Kowalchuk fighting off an angry forechecker. Some hard work from Declan Carter as he nearly stripped Kowalchuk of the puck. A good job to get that one out from Arizona State. And a quick change. Oh, he has his man right up the middle. Breaking it away on a breakaway. No, says Bearbash. As it was Tate Gray directing traffic from the bench, you saw the quick line change, and out onto the ice was Larson. A great up pass from the defenseman. He got an abbreviated breakaway, and Bearbash says no once more. Another huge save as the GCU goaltender stands tall right now. Some good stuff from Arizona State in this second period. As it was the younger Larson brother there on the breakaway, unable to put it home. The net off of its moorings. Or pardon me, it looks like a penalty. Or rather, just a line change only for GCU. Arizona State was deemed to have knocked the net off the moorings, hence the signal from the referee. So the fresh GCU skaters will now get this one into the neutral zone, but only as far as Budman, as he has his head up, and a great pass to get this one into the zone. Studioso, but it's Bear Bash to answer once more. Very good stuff right now from the Sun Devils as they are entertaining this packed Oceanside Ice Arena.
Here we are, fellas. Keep it going, boys. Keep it going.
And there is some certain energy you can feel from the Arizona State bench, even all the way up here in the press box. Establishing some speed through the neutral zone in the offensive zone, throwing that one just wide of the net was the GCU forward, defenseman Marolda. Marolda loves to activate from the point, sometimes mistaken as a forward. So he has the great hockey IQ to step up when his team needs him. A hard check there as he was just able to get it down the ice. Was Studioso. Now ASU having her lining up. That one's loose in the crease. Bear Bash doing the splits, and he stops it once more. Stop me if you've heard this one before. Havner from the slot on his forehand, and a great save from Bear Bash. As it was Bear Bash who made the splits to stop that, inadvertently knocked the net off of the moorings, and his team cannot change as a result. An offensive zone faceoff, and it's won by ASU. Hoffenkamp behind the net. He circles around, doesn't see a chance. As he gets it back to the point, Callahan will try to play that one off the wall. A great job to stop it from getting any further and get out of the zone so GCU can get a change. That was Callum Tomlin. As it's Havner, another great stretch pass from the D to Havner. He looks in front, Hoffenkamp fires, and that one just goes wide. As Adam Havner's been in on nearly every offensive chance right now for Arizona State. He's got a big hockey IQ, and he's showing it this period. GCU trying to answer that backhanded pass across the middle, not finding Wyatt, but kept in at the point, no offsides. And now Wyatt can go back to work. That one fired just in front, and sitting all alone was, Declan Carter, as nobody seemed to register him in front of the net. That chance just goes wide, and GCU starting to apply some pressure. Arizona State looking very winded as there's no communication, and another chance fired in front, all alone once more. This time was Bennett for GCU, and there seems to be a soft spot right in front of the Arizona State goaltender Moore. ASU desperately needs to get this puck out of the zone and get a change. As they're trying to do that, strapped against the wall as the referee, as ASU tries to win the battle, they are unable to once more. Head coach Tate Green screaming at his troops to get the puck out of the zone. They are unable to. GCU, a partial change on the fly. As they get fresh troops on, one of them is Wojnicki. Wojnicki waiting for the drop pass. Unable to get it to him as Carter, that one thrown across, and it's loose in front, just forked out by ASU. That's going to be an icing, but a smart play as that puck was sitting loose right in front of the net. As you can see, the Arizona State players bent over. They are gassed. And GCU is applying some hard pressure as they try to cut the lead in half against the Sun Devils. ASU with a bit of gamesmanship to try to buy a couple more seconds. And that one will be sent all the way down. No icing, and they can get a change. GCU trying to get the puck and throw it all the way up the ice. As ASU gets a long change, they are unable to, and Arizona State gets out of a tight spot there. a great job off of the face-off from number 20, Hoffenkamp, to just slap it down, knowing that there would be no icing on the play. And Arizona State gets the fresh troops out. That short side shot fired into the netting, and there will be a stoppage in play as a few more words are exchanged between GCU and ASU. That's 14 Demon for Arizona State and 81 Woznicki for GCU, exchanging pleasantries. Nothing deemed illegal on the play, and Arizona State will get the offensive chance. That one's just forked over the net. As a good activation from Garrett Brown to keep that one in the zone. The Arizona State forwards can't find it, and stepping in lane, a hard check was Holston, and that's kept in. Arizona State really laying the body to keep this in the offensive zone. A quick one-timer. That one squirts through. Bearbash made the save, but it appeared to get under his arm and just squeeze to the other side. Unfortunately, no forward was there for Arizona State to put the rebound home, and now they will get an icing call against GCU and another offensive zone draw. As the tables have really turned in the second period, the first was clear domination by GCU in the faceoff dot and down low, and it has been a complete 180 in the second period as we're more than halfway through, and ASU has won most of the draws this period and won most of the battles in the corner. Decidedly physical have been the forwards for ASU, and great time pinches from the defensemen have allowed ASU to open this up to a 2-0 lead. But as GCU come the other way on a 2-on-1, that one fired just wide. Moore had a great angle on him there, and the shot would not go from the forward. That was Matthew Tweeten. Tweeten with a great chance for GCU. Unfortunately, could not get a shot on goal. And now ASU can restart from their own end. No icing as that's deflected down. First to the puck for ASU is Deneen. Deneen looking to take it to the paint, unable to. It's deflected wide. The shot from the point, and it's into the netting for a stoppage. In what has been an action-packed game so far here at Oceanside Ice Arena on this nice Friday night. We are down to the final 7:35 of the second period with a 2-0 lead for the Sun Devils, that they've been laying it on GCU. The goaltenders for both teams have done great jobs keeping their team in the game when the forwards and defensemen have not been able to stand the test. As head coach Danny Roy will surely want his troops to come out and establish a good finish to the second period to try to build something going into the third. Just dodging a big check was Tomlin of GCU. And there's a hand pass. So now getting into it is Tomlin with the ASU players right in front of the GCU bench. The linesman steps in as there are shots being dealt across the linesman. Neither team appears to like each other very much tonight. No surprise here between the crosstown rivals. As it was Tomlin and Burrow getting into it for GCU, delivering a shot just as the referee turned away. Nothing too much, but just something to try to get under the skin of the Sun Devils and establish some momentum for GCU. And some great work by our cameraman to capture all that for you folks here at Oceanside Ice Arena. Down under 7 minutes left. GCU turns that one over at the point. Picking it up and being sent to the ice for his good work is number 10, Lester. But he's able to keep it in the zone, and as a result, Arizona State can go to work on some more offensive zone time. Yager Larson unable to pick up the puck, and that'll be wristed up the glass and into the netting. As both teams will be allowed a chance to change. GCU and ASU, though, both decide to keep the lines the same. And just as I say that, they decide to change them. It's the old commentator's curse. GCU with a good face-off win. Can get this one out of their zone. A no-look backhand pass from the defenseman, though, unable to find anyone, was Murphy, and turns it over right to ASU, so they can get this one and bring it into the slot. Just losing a handle on it was Jet Larson. Brother Yager behind the net, picks it up. Yager back to Jet. Over to Yager. In the corner, the brothers work. It's Yager with the puck, making some quick turns. And a great keep at the point from Callahan. It's down low. A great sauce pass. And he scores! It's the Larson brothers hooking up for that one. And now the fisticuffs will ensue in the blue paint. But it was an ASU goal, and it's 3-0 Sun Devils.
Attaboy, Jet! Attaboy, Jet! Hey, get that puck! Hey, go!
As Bearbash finally gets to his feet in the blue paint, it's the ASU players celebrating as it was the familial connection. Yager and Jet Larson, they worked it in the corner, got it to the blue paint, and it was a beautiful sauce pass onto the tape of Jet as he found a lane and took the shot, and it just squeezed through the 5-hole on Bearbash. Immediately afterwards, there were some men going to the paint. The net was off its moorings, and next thing you knew, there were a couple of guys in the penalty box. And ultimately, it was GCU who were deemed to have done nothing wrong. Yager Larson, for all of his trouble, will sit after getting an assist on that goal. And so now we have a 3-0 ASU lead and a 2-minute GCU power play. Folks, I hope you're entertained. A bit of a suicide pass from the defenseman for ASU. Havner got his head up just in time to avoid a big check coming his way. And now it's GCU operate in the offensive zone, trying to get one back as they lose the puck. And it's Havner who will apply pressure onto Grant, who goes back and will pick it up from his goaltender, Bearbash. Grant head up, throws one across the ice to his teammate. Unable to carry that one into the zone, though, is Marolda. And it's ASU with a great penalty kill right now as they bring this one out. Going to the net and just losing it was Budman. Great penalty kill start for ASU as they have yet to allow GCU even a chance. And they get the puck again, trying to get it out, but a tired Budman is unable to get there first. Beat to the puck is by Tweeten, and Tweeten will go behind the net. He's looking for teammates, sees that there's a partial change, and will wait it out. The fresh troops on the ice, that's Rankin. Rankin will now take the puck in the corner, rotate with Tweeten, give it back to Tweeten. They rotate once more over to Rankin. Rankin down low, trying to find Tweeten in front. A great keep at the point by Burrow, and that one rings right off the pipe. Into the corner, it's picked up by Tweeten, down low, behind the net. Arizona State gets it, but only for a brief second, as Budman cannot continue on that. It's GCU doing some hard work as they feel a chance arising. The penalty is over. Back it's 5-on-5. As he's falling, it's Marolda ripping one. A great block, though, by Budman. Budman's been everywhere on this penalty kill. And subsequent 5-on-5 as Arizona State gets a chance. They send it down the ice. It's a 1-on-1. And behind the play, a penalty assessed. It was Arizona State with the one-on-one opportunity. It was skating into the offensive zone was Aiden Sullivan on his forehand. And it's coincidentals once more behind the play. Unfortunate for ASU as a good offensive chance was budding for them. A deep sigh of relief for Bear Bash as he gets a chance to catch his breath before some 4-on-4 action will open up here. Havner, the goal scorer of that second Arizona State goal, will get into the draw. And that one goes up into the Arizona State bench. And if you didn't hear our wonderful PA announcer here at Oceanside, it's roughing for each. And some 4-on-4 with 3.5 left in the second. That one just caught the edge of the pipe before deflecting all the way out of the zone. And it's Kowalczyk who had to get on his horse and come back. A dangerous pass in front of their own net, but it's picked up by Havner. Havner button hooks in the neutral zone and will backhand across to Kowalczyk, as ASU can't seem to connect the passes in the neutral zone. And will turn over a dumb penalty taken there by Amaya as he cross-checked the back of the head of the GCU player right in front of the referee, losing his head at a bad time. And as a result, it'll be a 4-on-3 power play for GCU for 1 minute and 25 seconds. Head coach Tate Green not in the greatest of moods right now. GCU gets their forwards out on the ice, discussing their strategy as ASU buys a couple seconds, and it's Larson and Budman back out onto the penalty kill alongside Kowalczyk, and obviously in the net is Moore. Moore, for the most part, has been untested this period, but may be called upon here. Winning the draw as GCU gets it to the point. Looking across for Carter. Carter had to get to the boards to pick it back up, passes it. Carter goes to the slot, looking for the one-timer, but couldn't find it. The pass from Bennett was just a little bit off, and GCU has to recollect. Starting up once more, they get into the zone. It's Grant. Grant on his edges, looking for a man. He saw activating from the point was Dutton, but couldn't get the pass to him. The Lopes back on it. Dutton drops it to Grant. Grant goes up to the point, throws it across to Carter. Carter has to turn around. He gets his head up, looks for his man down low. A diving play by Kowalczyk, and that's sent into the corner. Budman applying the pressure. Back on Carter. And some good work by Budman right now as GCU is just trying to keep possession of this puck. Carter back up into the middle. He finds the face-off dot as that puck is thrown up to the point. Dutton fires, and Moore paddles that one away. GCU with some chances. Another good block, though, by Larson for Arizona State. As the coincidentals will expire, and we will go to 5-on-4 power play action for 30 seconds. Bearbash will pass it up to Grant. Grant will just flip it out of his zone as Arizona State, off of the quick change, was applying some pressure and able to draw a penalty there. For Arizona State was number 20, Hoffenkamp. Hoffenkamp in the neutral zone, won the race to the puck, and was able to sidestep his man who left that stick hanging. And Hoffenkamp just happened to catch it with his skate and trip. The referee saw it and called it, and now Arizona State will have an opportunity on the power play at the end of the second period. It's brief 4-on-4 right now as the final 5 seconds of the penalty to ASU expire. Amaya will get out, breathe a sigh of relief as his team goes on the power play. And just as I say that, another penalty to ASU, the second cross check in the last 3 minutes. And it'll be Levi Holston who sits for that one, as ASU can't seem to get it out of their own way at the end of this second period. We have seen a great deal of 4-on-4 action tonight, and folks, I hope you like it because you're going to get a little bit more. We're down to the final 50 seconds of the second period. As the ice is built up at the end of the period, struggling to get the puck on his stick was Studioso, and so he'll just dump it in and spin to avoid the check. Batting it up to himself. A great hand-eye coordination play by Klein, and his teammates will try to attempt to pick it back up for him and continue the pressure. 25 on the clock as toe dragging into the middle, just losing it was Demon. That one kicked at the point, almost kept in by Miller. As Miller will wait for his teammates to tag up and get into the offensive zone. On his backhand, Miller getting ridden hard by Carter into the corner. He'll just pin it up against the boards. Trying to kill the clock on this 4-on-4 action. And Carter will just sit behind his net and pass it up as the period will expire. And a great second period it was for the Sun Devils. The score is 3-0 in favor of Arizona State, as Bronson Moore has a few good words with GCU as he skates off to the bench for the intermission. And it's Arizona State leading the shot clock 20-16 after a wonderful period where they established a physical presence early, took advantage of some bad penalties by GCU, and played a great game in the face-off dot and down low. And despite the finish to the period that saw them yield a couple of potential power play chances to the other team, Arizona State will, for the most part, be happy going into this intermission with the 3-0 lead, knowing that they only have 20 minutes separating them from a victory in the first game of this 2018 season. Folks, in less than 15 minutes, we'll be right back here for some third period action at Oceanside Ice Arena. Don't go anywhere. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the third period of tonight's game between GCU and Arizona State. And a great second period of action that we will follow up. It'll be interesting to see where both teams go from here, as it was Arizona State who played a great second. Pause while a hard shot from Grant goes just wide. Moore went flying out of his crease to make sure he got the save there. Going back to the second, though, it was Arizona State who came out on the front foot early, much like GCU is doing right now, and established a physical presence, won the faceoffs, won the board battles, and got some power plays as a result of their hard work. It was Havner who scored the first goal to open it up and make it 2-0. And then it was the brother combination of Yager and Jet Larson who connected to make it 3-0 Arizona State. Some good late defending and goaltending for Arizona State kept it at 3-0 as that one gets deflected just wide. And now they open this third period looking to slam the door shut on GCU and start off this campaign on the right foot. As you may have heard our PA announcer allude to, it was 4-4 to open that first minute of action, and it was GCU taking advantage of that extra space on the ice to get a few good chances. Nothing would go, though, as Bronson Moore stood tall for the Sun Devils, similar to what he had to do in the first. And don't be surprised if you have to see some more of that in this third period, as GCU will look to push hard on this Arizona State team. As they say in hockey, the most dangerous lead is the 3-goal lead. A whistle there as that was sent down the ice on a high stick, and we will have a face-off in the neutral zone. No, in the offensive zone for GCU, as that was deemed to be played with a high stick by the Sun Devils. That one at the point, and a big windup from Merolda. That's deflected off of the stick and ski-balled up into the netting for a stoppage in play. As it's GCU pushing hard there. Feel the momentum starting to turn just a bit. And it's the Lopes who want to take advantage of that against the Division I Arizona State team. GCU might be a Division II program, but you wouldn't have guessed it after the first period. They've played a wonderful game coming into Tempe tonight. And that's going to be a penalty against the Sun Devils. And GCU, who are just starting to build some momentum, will now get a chance to capitalize on the power play as they get some 5-on-5 time against the Sun Devils. Going to the box. Will be Hoffenkamp. As my spotter up here. Got a good eye on the play. That's swallowed up by Moore. So just under 2 minutes into this period, it'll be a power play opportunity for GCU. As head coach Tate Green and assistant coaches James Nellis and Chad Bailey were sure to put some words into the Sun Devils and assure them that this game was far from over and that they would have to put up a great effort in this third period. That will certainly start right now. As it's GCU building some speed up through the neutral zone. A great back check by Deneen to strip that puck of his man. Unable to get it out of his zone, though, as it's GCU at the point, picking it up. A little bank pass off of the sidewall and down low where Carter can pick it up. Declan Carter gets his head, sauces one across to Merolda. Merolda playing pitch and catch with Wyatt Grant. Merolda thinks better of it and gets it back to Carter. Merolda really wants that one, but won't take the shot. Now he'll take the shot, and a good block from number 6, Callahan. That one goes into the corner, picked back up by GCU, activating his Grant. Over to Merolda. He delays, and that pass goes through the blue paint. No one on the end of it for GCU. A good block from the Sun Devils, but the rebound, yes! That one put home by the Lopes, and it is 3-1 now. And this game just got a little tighter. As the first one to the bench to celebrate is Wyatt Grant. Grant, who's been all over the ice for GCU, having a whale of a game in the face-off dot and in the hard areas. Celebrates as GCU gets a foothold in this game, and the door has just creeped ever so slightly open. A poorly timed penalty from the Sun Devils yielded the 2-minute advantage to GCU, and they took full advantage of that, as that is just on sides. A good block, and the Sun Devils can come back the other way to answer. It's 3-on-1. They're on sides, looking for the pass, but unable to connect as Devin, and it goes into the corner. GCU will get this one and play it a quick up, as the gray and purple are unable to connect at the blue line. That one is deemed on sides, looked to be off, but the linesman said no. A quick backhand, gloved away by Moore. And Arizona State can take a sigh of relief and get this out as they get a quick change. The fresh D come on for Arizona State, as it's a tired Devin who gets that one into the blue paint, and it's covered by Bear Bash. So just under 4 minutes into this third period, and it's a 3-1 game. GCU showing some signs of life and not giving up quite yet. As the shot clock has hit an even 21 apiece right now. But it will be the Sun Devils who will look to get back on the front foot right now. Arizona State not playing with much of an edge. Poor communication and bad passes have been the start of this third period, which has not seen them get any sustained zone time whatsoever. It'll be Jet Larson, the goal scorer, though, trying to lead Arizona State, as he'll carry it all the way around the boards. A pinch and a rugby scrum ensues. That one's backhanded behind his own net for GCU from Murphy. And that one's sent all the way down, but it'll be for an icing. GCU will not be allowed to change on this one as they ice that puck. And Arizona State will have an opportunity with an offensive zone draw. The face-off draws were not kind to the Sun Devils in the first period, as they lost nearly every single one, but were much better in the second period, which was one of the reasons that they were allowed to get into this game and really take it to the Lopes, as they were able to have much more possession, especially on the man advantages. If you're able to win those draws on the man advantage, that will save you a lot of time of having to go retrieve pucks and come back down. And Arizona State will do it just here as they get the puck behind the net. Havner bodied hard off the puck, however, and this will allow the Lopes a chance to get out of their own end. That one will be kicked into the Sun Devil zone off the skate of the defenseman, but it was GCU who was on the change and unable to capitalize. And now it's Havner coming across the middle as he gets sandwiched down. Havner looking a little worse for the wear as he gets off mid-shift after taking a hard check, as he was without a stick getting back to the bench. Play continues, however, and GCU get it in the offensive zone, trying to get it down low, but a good job to seal the wall in this defensive end from Larson. It's ASU who get back on sides as they change on the fly. Kowalchuk will jump into the play from the point, eyeing it up, wondering if he can get in as the puck's stuck against the boards. Referee telling the players they need to move the puck or it'll be blown dead. Without much of an angle, I can't tell you much, but I can tell you it's back to Kowalchuk. He fires, no traffic. That's an easy save for Bearbash. And GCU will get this one. Rankin will bring it up. Rankin will bank it down low. No icing as he goes and chases after it. Kowalchuk head up, a good pass to his forward, and they get it down the ice. Klein trying to get in the offensive zone, unable to, though, at the blue line. And he will turn it over. Only to see an offsides from GCU. A bit of disappointment for GCU, as they would have looked to build off of that momentum they had following that first goal early in the third period to get themselves back in the game. Several minutes have passed now without a shot on goal. And you can feel the momentum has died down for both teams now, which certainly benefits the Sun Devils more than it does the Lopes. Halston building some speed, and he takes a hard check as he went to the net there. Laying into Halston after he made a great play just to get to the net was Kevin Dutton for GCU. And as Dutton checked him, he inadvertently pushed him right into his goalie, Bearbash. And Bearbash is slow to get up after taking a hard check there from the falling Huston. Bearbash is up and appears to be okay, as is Halston, as he gets back to the bench for a change. As his teammates check on him, Bearbash says, "I'm A-okay." He gets back into his crease, will get some water and recollect himself. There's certainly been physicality present and well in this game from the very first start of the game. And it has continued up until this point as GCU on a 3-on-2. That one wrapped around, and he had a chance there from Declan Carter. He could not jam it home. The net's off its moorings. The referee doesn't see it, and play will go back down as the goalie will put it back on for ASU. That one thrown into the crease. The goalie gloves it. Bearbash can't hold on, though, and it'll be loose and pushed into the corner. Pace picking up here midway through the third. Carter, a good job to body the ASU forward off of that one as it's picked up by Declan Carter. He skates past two. Now past three and brings it into the zone. Declan Carter all alone as his teammates change behind the play. And he does just enough to keep that one before it's thrown down the wall. Sealed, however, expertly by the Arizona State player. That was Deneen. Deneen being pushed hard to the ice. No call by the ref, and GCU will get the puck. GCU backhands it to the net. And ridden hard into the boards by Studioso was Marolda. 11:56 remain in this third period as ASU maintains their 3-1 lead. After a lethargic few minutes, it is slowly starting to pick up. GCU clearly trying to establish themselves and get back into this game. They are only down by 2. And in a game that has seen quite a few special teams appearances, we wouldn't be surprised to see at least one more in the final 11 minutes and change. Kowalchuk gets it to Kenneth Miller, who will get it up to his forward Larson. Larson can't get through the neutral zone, though, as GCU is doing a good job mucking it up, and now it's Marolda. Marolda steps into the play. He puts it in front. Moore looking behind him. He doesn't see it, and it's pushed all the way back up. Marolda off of the half wall. Pivots to his forehand. Can't get the pass down low, and now it's ASU coming back on a 2-on-1. What? And a questionable call made by the linesman as Jet Larson was in all alone looking for his second. But it was his forward who made a late pass on the blue line. It was deemed to be offsides, and GCU breathed a sigh of relief. That faceoff undecided, but brought in by Arizona State. Amaya was looking to get his hands on the puck, could not. It is now back into the corner. GCU gets it past Amaya. Kowalchuk, though, steps up from the point to keep it. And that ends up all the way back in the Arizona State end, where it will be thrown towards the GCU side of things. But it can be picked up by Dunton. Dunton, who laid the hard hit earlier that put down his own goaltender, gets behind the net with the puck, but cannot find a teammate. And now it can be Arizona State who will bring it forward. On his backhand with one hand out in the Heisman pose, trying to push his man off the puck as Amaya, and he succeeds. It's back to the point. The shot that's deflected up just below the netting. No whistle, and it will continue play as it's banked by GCU. Down the ice, no icing on the call as they get a quick change, the Lopes. And can be picked back up and toe dragged by Hoffenkamp. Hoffenkamp cannot continue as a hard check laid by the GCU forward, Luke Wilson. No relation to the actor Owen Wilson. ASU changing on the fly. Might get caught here as that shot's deflected off of Kowalchuk. A good block from him. He's been laying the body all night. Some good stick handling from Wilson. And that's loose in the crease. Trying to jam it home was number 4, Travis Burrow, who activated from the point. But it was Moore who shut the door. GCU now is back on the front foot. They lead the shot clock once again for the first time since the early second period. 25-22 is the advantage for the gray and purple. As GCU will get a full change. Into the circle now will be Declan Carter. Carter loses that one to Holston. And it's whipped all the way back around behind the Arizona State defensive end, where they try to break it out. A bit of confusion. No one ended up with the puck. And that allowed GCU to play it in front. A good chance there. Back in front, the shot, and another block, a huge block from Budman. GCU applying the pressure hard. No surprise, right in the middle of it is Grant. Grant knocks that one down out of the air. The redirection in front, and they score! Yes! It's GCU, and it is now a 3-2 game. And as we alluded to, a great effort from Wyatt Grant to get in on that puck. He waited for it to get below shoulder level, knocks it down, and keeps the play alive for GCU. The puck ends up getting deflected into the slot where Zach Bennett fires one on the unsuspecting Bronson Moore, who was just trying to get across and fight it off. It squeezed through his 5-hole, and GCU gets that one in the back of the net. And bearing the fruits of their labor, it is now a 1-goal game, and Arizona State is holding on for life here with 8 minutes and 37 seconds left. A wonderful effort in this third period by the visiting Lopes, as head coach Danny Roy has to be proud of what his team is doing right now to get back in this game, as there have been quite a few ebbs and flows for both teams that have ultimately put us here where we are right now. As it will take some good pressure from Arizona State to keep the Lopes at bay. That one was brought in from Studioso and is shot over the net. Works its way around and out. And the Sun Devils will have to fire that one back into the zone as they appear a little baffled at this comeback by the Lopes. A good job to get that one deep from Kramer. And that will end up back in the zone for GCU as Arizona State gets a quick change. Kramer. Again, no relation to the great Seinfeld character, although the movie references are abound with this GCU team. Arizona State brings that one back in off of the side netting. A good backhand, but nothing to go for Arizona State. That was Jet Larson. And now it will be sent all the way down, an icing from GCU and an offensive zone faceoff for the Sun Devils. As after that great play in the second period that saw the two Larson brothers hook up to make it a 3-0 lead at the time, since then we have seen head coach Tate Green pair the two brothers together as the chemistry seems to be present. That win gets back to the point, kicked aside as Kowalchuk tried to fire one through, as he is jeered by the GCU bench, getting back to his feet, and the Sun Devils will have to restart from their own end. As that quick up from the defenseman just hops over the stick of Yager Larson. There appeared to be an icing on the play, but it was waved off. Oh, and that one catches a fan in the stands. Sitting in the front row was a denim jacket wearing fan. Nothing on her head, though, as that one clocked her right in the noggin. And we sure hope she's okay. Play will continue, though, as we get right back to it. 7 minutes left in this third period. GCU trailing by 1 with 2 goals in this third period to get them right back in it. After many penalties in the first and many more in the second, we have yet to see one for quite a while in this third period, as there's been quite a bit of five-a-side action for both teams. Just stepping in to get that one off of the change was Studioso, and he'll fire it down low, where it can be worked on by Amaya. Unable to win it is Amaya, and that'll be pushed ahead by GCU as Rankin gets in on the forecheck as he applies pressure to Budman. But Budman sees a quick lane and is able to get that pass out to Hoffenkamp. Rankin back in on it once more. That one fought off by Moore and ends up in the corner, where both teams struggle to pick it up, but it's back to Marolda, the offensive defenseman, trying to get a shot off, but a good effort from Amaya denies him the chance, and now the Sun Devils bring it on into the offensive zone. One defenseman, one forward back for GCU, but Amaya unable to do anything with it, and now it can be brought back ahead by the Lopes. On his off wing, that one's passed into the slot. It was Marolda stepping into the play. Tweeten didn't have much of an angle, looked for the shot. Nothing was there. And a good hit by Hoffenkamp on the play. His teammates certainly love that one as they get a quick change, and Arizona State can take it into the offensive zone and cycle it behind, just trying to kill some more of this clock. As we check once more, only 5 minutes left in this third period. All the way around where it can be slapped in off of the stick of a GCU player and then backhanded in front. The paddle was down from Bear Bash, and as a result, ASU has to regroup and trying to get it back into the slot was Demon. There was no lane, though, and now they have to come back into the corner, cycle once more. The pass not there. It's loose, just sitting there in the skates of the GCU defenseman who could not find it. It is then shot by Holston and deflected into the netting. This game is as competitive as ever. Neither team wanting to give an inch, but it's been GCU with the hard push late, and they will look for just a little bit more as they're only down 1. They will need to get back to their face-off winning ways of the first, though, as it's been the Sun Devils who have come out and have done a great job in the circle. A little head fake there from Lester. He's really feeling it. He tries to fire one, and Bear Bash says no thank you. Into the circle, GCU finally gets a win and is able to just get it out of their zone. But it's a good forecheck from Wojnicki, and he's able to get that deep. Moore way out of his net to play, and it's backhanded into the slot. A good job, however, to deny that chance from Lester. Arizona State just getting out of their end into the offensive end. They sense a chance maybe there, looking for a deflection. It was Yager Larson a little late to get to the net, couldn't bat it out of the air. He can bat that one down, though, and gets it into the corner, forcing GCU to sky one out in the middle. It does, however, get through, and now GCU coming in on a one-on-one. Trying to deke his man was Wojnicki. Unsuccessful, however, and it's kicked back into the neutral zone. That one fired hard and high from Larson. Jet Larson, that is. A good hit laid behind the play by Holston. The physicality starting to pick up with just over 3 minutes remaining in the third period. Kowalchuk collides with a teammate and is just trying to get this one out. He pivots in the corner and it's picked up by a teammate. The referee points there to number 26, Kramer, saying Kramer had a chance to play the puck, did not, and therefore the icing was waved off. That allows ASU to come back in on the offensive chance, but it's Kramer bodying the forward hard. ASU picks it up, however, in the corner. Back on it for the Sun Devils. It's backhanded in front. Denied, though, off of the stick of Holston. And it's teammate Klein coming in. Klein with the great forehand play earlier in the game where he batted it to himself several times. As he is trying to get back to that good feeling. He gets it in the slot. It's kicked to the point, though, and worked into the corner. This is good stuff for the Sun Devils as they are just killing the game and tiring out GCU. No shot there, and GCU, a very lackadaisical play from GCU. That was number 91, Bouvier, who fired it down right in front of his bench. He had a chance to flip it off of the half wall and just get a quick change. He fires it down for an icing, and you can see GCU is very tired right now. And Danny Roy will signal for the timeout right now as he realizes his team is tired and needs a rest. And this will give us a chance to thank all of you for tuning in for this inaugural game of the 2018 season. We see all 69 of you watching right now, and thank every one of you for tuning in. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button so that you can be here with us for every one of ASU's home games this year. The next one is going to be coming at you tomorrow night, an hour earlier. It's a 7 o'clock puck drop. The same two teams as it's GCU versus ASU for the Saturday night showdown. We hope you're with us then, folks. It'll surely be a great follow-up to what has been a wonderful game tonight. However, we cannot get ahead of ourselves. This game, quite a bit still hangs on the balance. It's only a one-goal game, 2 minutes, 5 seconds remain. Some 5-on-5 action as ASU has the offensive zone draw following the timeout from GCU as they gave their tired players a rest. Hoffenkamp will step into this one for ASU, going at Payne for GCU. It's in the corner, and now GCU can bring this one forward. Payne sauces that one ahead. Declan Carter can take that one across. The big forward on his backhand gets played by a couple of ASU players, but is able to do enough to keep it in. Grant with a shot, and that one's just deflected wide, and it goes into the corner for ASU, where they can just get that one out. A good job by Havner to bat it out of the air and past the GCU defenseman. Grant takes a hard hit, but is able to get it to his teammate Carter, where he pirouettes in the neutral zone and gets the pass across. GCU just able to finally get in the offensive zone. ASU doing a good job limiting time and space. Merolda keeps it in. Passes it down low to Payne. Merolda can fire it back behind the net. As we're just getting down to the final minute, GCU has pulled its goaltender, a 6-on-5 advantage. They work hard for it behind the net, get it. Looking up to the point, getting it back to Merolda, over to Grant. He fires, looking for the deflection. It's loose in the slot. Kicked aside to ASU. They're bringing it out. They have a chance to ice the game. Unable to do anything with it, though, was Budman, and they will smartly retreat back and get a line change, as does GCU. Head coach Tate Green encouraging his team to get it deep and kill this one. We're down to the final 30 seconds. Gloved off of the glass for GCU. A great job to get past 3 men. Pushed in front. It's a 3-on-1. No chance going there. Not done yet, though, is GCU. And there's an injured player down on the ice. After a great job by the junior Brett Kramer to deke past 3 ASU players and get to the net. He's feeling the effects after that chance, and the referee wanting to take a safety break and make sure no one was injured on that play, which will effectively play this as an offsides. Both teams will get a change, and the faceoff will come into the neutral zone. The linesman drops it down, and ASU wins that one. They sky it all the way down. It's nothing but open net, and he ices it. Levi Holston gives ASU the 4-2 lead, and that should put the nail in the coffin on this game. A hard push by GCU in the third period got them to within 1. But it was ASU with a great play to chip it off the glass and get it down the ice where Levi Holston read it and beat the defenseman to the puck to ice the game. And with the final whistle, a few pleasantries will be exchanged in the corner between GCU and ASU, as there's certainly no love lost between these inter-city rivals. But it will be the Sun Devils who get the best of GCU after this first game tonight. As it's Yager Larson and Studioso, the first to get to Connor Moore and hug him after a great game by the freshman goaltender, who emerged late in camp just before the start of the season to take that starting job. And boy, as head coach Tate Green gotta be happy. The players salute the fans. It was a packed Oceanside Ice Arena tonight. And GCU on the other side of things go and give their goaltender Bear Bash a pat on the back after he played a wonderful game as well for his side. As Danny Roy's men nearly made a comeback after going down 3-0 to the Sun Devils. The final shot count ended at 29-26 in favor of the Sun Devils. As you see the players heading off of the ice and getting some fist pumps as they head into the locker room. And that will give us a chance to look back on this game that started off a little slow and quickly picked up. Many penalties were exchanged in the first period. As it went back and forth, the advantage in play had to be given to GCU, but it was Arizona State who finished the first period up 1-0. Then out into the second came the Sun Devils, and they came to life. They came out and played their hearts out, earned some penalties, and started winning some faceoffs, something they did not do in the first period. and that is where they were able to build up a lead. It was Adam Havner who had a great shot out of the slot to make it 2-0 as he went high on Bear Bash. And then later in the second period, it was the Larson brothers who connected out of the corner to make it 3-0. The game seemed all but over going into the third, but GCU said, not till the fat lady sings. And that's where GCU came back into the game and established the presence and made it a 3-1 game early. And you could feel the tension building as ASU wasn't exactly sure what was going on. The communication started to subside, and that's where GCU really got the physicality established. It was Bronson Moore, the goaltender, who was under quite some duress in the third period. And ultimately, GCU was able to get it to 3-2, but go no further. As that brings us to our player of the game for Arizona State. And you have to give it to the freshman goaltender, Bronson Moore, as he faced a whopping 29 shots tonight and turned away all but 2 of them. It was a great outing for the Sun Devils in this first game, and they will look to build tomorrow on that when they play GCU once more. A 7 o'clock puck drop is what we have on deck, and we hope for a great sequel to what was a beautiful game tonight. We thank all of you folks for tuning in for this special first game. We love every one of you, and hopefully you hit that subscribe button, and you'll be with us for each and every game on this long journey that is the 2018-2019 season. Our statistician tonight was John Vaughn. Our cameraman was the great Brett Vaughn. Our quality assurance producer was Linda Rivas. And our studio engineer was Sharon Cooper. The final score of tonight's game, Arizona State Sun Devils 3, the GCU Lopes 2. Thanks so much for being with us, folks, and so long from Oceanside Ice Arena.